Well, as many of you know, this is Blackfire, and I put on the new Reinhardt tips. Um, these are the 4 inch, for the 4 inch diameter mufflers, and they're not standard tips. They're called the Moto Castle series, and I'm gonna run these for a while. And also picked up a set of chrome ones. But I didn't like these when I first put them on, but now I'm really getting into the look. Um, I know they look a little long, but it's 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 different, aggressive, and it kind of reminds me of like turbo afterjets on a fighter jet. When the afterburners kick in, not afterjets, but afterburners, and these fins on the back, they kind of give you that idea of them squeezing together, uh huh, and blue flame coming out, something like that. But yeah, it's I like it. So I put in some new LED inserts, and I was going back and forth. At first, I had Zero Fang lights, but when I wanted to put them in, the plastic base turned on me, and so I sent those back. They did look a little cooler with the chrome, but these um, these are really not that different from the Amazon ones. But these right here are eagle. These are eagle eyes, and they're pretty bright. I mean, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. So let me see if I can get it here. Okay. And I got smoke lenses on it, so I don't know if you're picking that up good enough. And of course, I've got the strobe effect just on that circuit. I didn't want the strobe on all my lights. Hopefully, I had that angled right where you can see it. So, of course, I put the saddlebag lights on. I did those a couple of months ago, so now you can really see those tips, how long they are. Um, I've got the stage 2 on it, the Reinhardt slimline duals, and they're actually got a crossover right here to join it that helps with the back pressure. And then of course the Reinhardt air cleaner, inverted air cleaner. It's got a a Screaming Eagle, not a big cam in it, but look at the brightness on the front. I put in, those are eagle eye lights, LEDs, and the difference in the cheaper ones I had in there, these stay on all the time, which obviously is going to give me better visibility. And they are really bright. I mean, I can't begin to tell you how bright they are over the other ones. Primarily because you got all the light lit up, the whole disc. Now, I probably would like the chrome fang light look, but I'm going to run these for a while. I sent those others back, and hats off to Zero 3D, because everything else on the bike is Zero 3D. These, these, these are fang lights here. Um, Now the bottom, they're not Zero. Those are Advan Black uh, with the inserts, the light inserts from Advan Black LEDs, and then of course the Fortini lights. But man, I really like the brightness of these new turn signals. They almost are their own um, side marker light. Well, it is a side marker light, but they're on like fog light, like auxiliary light. That's how bright these things are, man. I mean, they're really bright. I'm, I'm very impressed with that. So hats off, Eagle. Um, and I really wanted to go with the Fang look because I like the the chrome where it comes out and it's got the little lip on it. But these are good. These are good. Let me turn on the blinker. Let's see. You'll see now. I'm still struggling with, do I want that white to come on and off? or would I just like amber, then no color? Now it gets your attention this way now. It definitely gets your attention with the flashing. And that's no different than the other one I had. It's just much brighter. So that's that. Uh, yeah. Okay. Little Scott's World out. And one more shot of Blackfire. And I was going to put a new windshield on it, but I decided to keep my other one, my new one, and just go back. I mean, this has got a couple of little scratches here and there on it, but it's no reason to really change it. And the biggest thing I had to do was get that glove box in, because this screw right here, I stripped it. I stripped that screw, you can't, in there. And so for the longest, I just had the bottom one. The top one would hold, but the little brass insert, it wobbled out of its plastic mooring, or what I call a heat sink. So you had to take the whole fairing off, break down this, get to the glove box that's right about in this area. And the glove box has a new fitting in it. And of course I got the Saddleman seat. I got my backrest off of it now. I think it's just nice, the Saddleman, but I say it's for Scott. Anyway, this is my 2018 Road Glide. And I would say it probably qualifies now as Road Glide Custom, because I've done a lot of custom pieces, like the heel toe shifter, the gear linkage shifter, derby cover, of course the stage 2, grip up inserts, grip up upgrade, Memphis shade, hand shields, hand guards, center console, live to ride, of course the mini big AWS cup holder. They got this one, then they got the real big one. That's the big big AWS. And then over here, like I said, I was running pretty much 0 products. And through the Law Abiding Biker, I like his channel as well. But the grip, cell phone grip, and it really does have a lot of grip strength. It really never had a problem with it. And of course, again, the upgraded grips over here. I got another product I'm going to install that's supposed to take some of this play out of this grip. I got it off of Robert Simmons, a guy out of Germany. Can't remember his first name. I think it's Steve or something like that. Stefan, I believe. Stefan's Garage, and I'm gonna try that. Put that on. I don't know if I'll do it while I'm on break, because I still got to get this other thing I'm working on with my job. But we'll get there. But that's it, man. I mean, I like it. Yeah, I'm probably going to do one other thing during the downtime. And I've got Screaming Eagle spark plugs and Screaming Eagle wires that, I don't need them, but it'll just be another custom piece. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, I definitely have the upgraded. This is the oil vent from sumping issues. It vents the crankcase vent. That's where your dipstick is at, oil dipstick, and this comes up. I got it routed as a filter because it's up under the bike, and it's like an oil catch can for cars, but it's to address the M8 sumping problem. And just a little bit on my engine work. I've never noticed that it had a problem, but because of all the bad press, I just went on and installed that, got it and then installed it. And like I said, it's got a stage 2 in it, cam. It's a 440, I think it's 446 or 442. It's not a real big aggressive cam, but it definitely gives me enough sound and thump where I'm very comfortable with the cam. Um, I like the performance of it. It doesn't affect my gas mileage that much. There is some difference, but it's not super. And I like the bike. I mean, I like where it is right now. I could have a more aggressive cam in it, but I also put upgraded Screaming Eagle lifters. The tappet's more hardened steel. I put a new cam bearing in it, um, which the cam bearing is on that side. Actually, all the access point to the cam is over here. So that's the cam cover right here. And I put a new oil pump because the oil pump, the stock one, with the original M8, I think in 2018 they redesigned the oil pump, and I wasn't sure. I mean, to put the new oil pump and the oil pump bracket, if you will, the faceplate, oil faceplate that goes right over the oil pump. If you got the Screaming Eagle one, it's close to like $720. I mean, they redesigned the OEM one, I think, in 2020, and that's the one I got, and you get it for like $150, brand new. So when I had the cam installed, I didn't do the cam work myself. Harley Davidson did the cam work at Bull Run. Harley Davidson, they did one heck of a job. It ain't cheap now, but they did. I didn't have any problems with their work. So they put the cam in, did the cam bearing, put the new oil pump in, and with the new lifters, and that's how I wanted it when I went with the upgrade, the stage 2 upgrade total, which obviously included the headers, the new muffler system, 4-inch Reinhardts, and the air cleaner, high flow air cleaner, Reinhardt. So it's got the Reinhardt emblem there, Reinhardt emblem on the headers right there. You see the nameplate, and then coming back, of course, the Reinhardt tips. And then I put the lights all on. I did the slip-ons, the tips. I did the saddlebags, lights. I did all my little cap upgrades. You see, it's all about the little details. See all these little caps right here, right there, right there, right here, right here, right here. All those little caps are add-on accessories. They're chrome. This is an upgraded heel toe shifter. Of course, that's the trickle charge that I always keep my bike on. Oh, and the drop guards. I put the drop guards on, and I put the highway pegs on. Oh, and I forgot, and I put the lowers on. These lowers have glove compartment right in there. And they weren't that bad to put on. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Harley wanted something like $500, and I found the same thing on, well, they're Advan Black. And Advan Black, you can get cheaper on Amazon. But I got those from Advan Black with the light insert. And of course I got my Stinger motorcycle trailer fold up right here. That eventually, if I make it down to Georgia to take lessons with this guy called Robert Simmons, Be the Boss of Your Motorcycle, which I've learned an awful lot from. But I've also learned a lot from a guy named Palomino in Florida, Ride Like a Pro. Those are probably my two. And I would have to say MC Ryder. Those are probably my three guys that I look at the most. But out of all of them, Robert Simmons I've spent the most time with. And I was actually scheduled to go to practice session number 60 in Poola, Georgia. But right at like 3 days before my job kicked, I had to do a lot of things with my job. I mean, I had the hotel reservations, I had everything, man. And that's why I got the trailer, is that I was going to pull it. So the license plate on the trailer, it says Black Fire 2. You can't see it now because I got it covered up. It says Black Fire 2, and obviously my license plate here is Black Fire. And I tell you the name I wanted for the trailer, but it's gone. You know, I may share that with y'all, but I'll share it. It's Hog Pen. I wanted to say Hog Pen because, you know, that's the Hog. Harley's owners group is what Hog really stands for. And then the Hog Pen, that's where you put your hogs in. You know, back in the country, put them in hog pen. So there you go. I still like hog pen, and I'm probably going to coin it still. But that was taken, and I had to go with Blackfire too. And I got the mags on it. It's going to look pretty cool when I hook it up to my SUV. Still waiting on JNS Jack. You know, it's Robert Simmons said something about that too. It's been a minute. It's been oh man, I ordered it back in August, and they are radio silent. I mean, I hope I'm not going to have to go to small claims court, but you know, they said it would take 14 weeks. It's been going on like 16 weeks now. I'm just praying and hoping that they'll follow through, but it's not looking good. They're not returning phone calls. I got one phone call that the guy picked up when I called and lied to me. Basically said, "Oh, your shipment's ready to go out the next week," and he even threw in a new handle because of everything I went through, as if I was getting a deal. He put in a handle at no charge, and he says, "Oh yeah, that's scheduled to go out next week." That was over 2 months ago, and it's just horrible customer service. I mean, I hate to nail somebody like I'm doing now, but I got to call a spade, and horrible customer service. I think the Jack product, from all the reviews, you know, initially why I went and ordered the Jack before Robert Simmons came out with a second video that critiqued JNS Jack on the very issue that I'm experiencing. You know, Robert was endorsing JNS Jacks for the mobility of their Jack. Now, you know, Let It Roll now is the Jack. It's not really a jack. It's more like a platform. It's not a lift, but you got a jack component like a center stage jack. Then you let it down on a dolly, and it probably would sit somewhere about where this one is sitting at right now, maybe a little bit lower, and then you can roll it all around. You know, my garage is small. I just got rid of a whole lot of stuff. I used to have my Challenger. It was sitting right there. Now I keep it covered up and outside. Now, you know, I got my other stuff that's in here, and I don't have a lot of room to have, you know, 2 or 3 different jacks. But I do want to continue to keep cleaning up my garage here. I want to paint it, do the floor. You know, I got my sound system over there that I can put up the speakers. But you know, it's a working garage. It's not a man cave garage. It's a working garage. I do a lot of my 2 sons' cars. I do a lot of the maintenance on them, brake jobs, oil changes. On my Challenger, you know, I've done a lot of work on it, and my wife's car as well. So, you know, it's a working garage. I mean, we do a lot of stuff. There's my son's extra tires over there for his Cadillac. You know, we restored a 99 Cadillac DeVille. Was in pretty good shape, and it was my aunt's. We had it repainted. Did a lot of the mechanical work myself, new alternator, tune up on it, spark plugs, new front end, brake line. Yeah, it's a lot of work that went on his Cadillac. But anyway, that's enough from Blackfire. Oh, and I love my covers here. I've really grown into them with the flames in it. It matches my Saddleman seat. These are actually made by 2 different manufacturers, but they're pretty close. I mean, you know, a lot of people think this is leather. This is the Rhodes sofa carbon fiber. And believe it or not, that's not leather. It's a very high grain type of vinyl material. And this is not leather either. It kind of looks at it, but this is a vinyl as well. And then I got the backrest to go with it. Now the insert, I don't know if that insert is really carbon fiber or not, but it's got the weave like carbon fiber. It should be carbon fiber as much as they charge for it. Then of course I got the lock mechanism. Yeah, but that's Blackfire, and I've done a lot to it. I've had it a little over a year now, and I pretty much got it to where I want it. I never wanted to. Oh, and I put the a fan assisted oil cooler on. I never wanted a pocket rocket. I always wanted. This is the bike I wanted back in California when I was visiting my sister, and we went to a Harley dealership, and I was looking at all kind of bikes because I had the bug back then, but I just didn't pull the trigger. And you know, a year and a half ago, I was talking to my wife, and I really, really wanted the bike. I just finished the build on the Challenger with the Comp Cam 274 ported heads on the Challenger, new springs, titanium springs, retainers, um, torque converter. Not a huge torque converter. 2800 to 3000 RPM stall in it because of the cam in it. It helps it get out the hole and not bog down. I didn't do anything with the rear end, and I'm not pushing over. I'm right at about maybe about 520 at the flywheel, and I'm a little under 430 horsepower. I'm right at 429 horsepower. So at the rear wheel, and torque is something like 400 and I think 17. It'll run with the Scat Packs, but it's not a Hellcat. And believe me, I'm about done with that. I really was toying about putting the supercharger on it on my Challenger, but you know, just other responsibilities I got to do. And back to the bike, I was really thinking about putting new bars on it, but I'll tell you what, man. I was in love with those factory 47s that came up 12 inch. But I looked at this guy's Cycle Fanatics, and he had, I think, the 14 inch. And then I went to Bull Run Harley, Quantico Harley Davidson, and I sat on a bike with the 14s. They were okay, but at the same time, I'm 6 foot even, and I've got a 34 arm length, and my inseam is a 32, 33, better at the 33. So I'm about the right size for this bike right now. It doesn't, I can turn it in, it's not hitting my thigh. But I am going to send, Robert another video to see if he'll critique it. I need to get down there and let him see me ride, and then let him critique my riding. That's the ultimate thing. But that's, it's what, 8 hour trip, 500 miles. Then you got to spend the money for the hotel. It's not a cheap trip. Um, and it's where you got to stay at. You're looking at easy, $400 probably, 2-3 nights at a hotel, a minimum of at least two, and then gas to get down there. But I do want to do it. I know I want to do it, and we're going to make it happen. We're going to make it happen. Because you got to keep evolving and maintaining your skills. And I do a lot going out riding here. I've come a long way in a year, never being a brand new rider. And if you've seen my other videos I've posted on Little Scott's World, I'm pretty confident in swinging and swaying the bike. I'm not afraid of the speed of the bike. What I'm still apprehensive about is riding in traffic with rush hour traffic, a lot of other cars around me, because people just drive nuts and they don't respect people on the bike. Hence why I got all the lights on the bike, and the sound. I got lights and sound, so you can be able to see me. It's going to be pretty obvious when I come up. I mean, you see me from the side. You got the Fortini lights. You got the bag lights, saddlebag lights from the side. Oh, and I forgot. I got the machete lights up under here as well. I forgot all about them. I put those on. And all those, they blink as well. So when I'm turning, you're going to see me. You won't be able to say you couldn't see me. Let me put it that way. And in the front, you'll see me. You know, the factory headlights, they're okay. They're LEDs. I'm not looking to put, you know, I like the aggressiveness of that big unit, that single big unit, but I don't necessarily need that. And see, that's going to light up. I can tell you right now, that's going to do wonders. Let me see how if I can get